So we are going to start with a couple of examples, and you do not need to write out this whole story problem. You don't have to write out all the words, but you should write the equation that we end up writing and then show your work in a similar way that we're doing on here. So we got Jordan. Jordan earns $243 in a week. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
That's nice.
After 10 weeks, how much will he have earned? So I know you know enough about multiplication to know that you are going to be multiplying 243 times 10. But how do we do that? So what I would like to show you is to look at the number 10. You simply take that starter number, 243, and it's like you're multiplying it by 1, because you can see there's this little 1 here, so 243 times 1 is just 243. But then you add the 0 that you find at the end of this 10. So in this case, we're actually shifting our decimal one spot, because there's 1 0. So you, again, don't have to write all these words down, but this is just explaining what I had said. You're going to be, if you multiply it by 10, you're just going to have to shift your decimal one spot. So if you look again, I just wrote this without the decimal for now. There's the decimal. Now watch what happens to it. Whee! Shifted to one spot. So 243 times 10 is actually 2,430. So that is how much Jordan would have earned after 10 weeks.
Not bad.
Yeah. So that's just, again, showing you the 1 0. And then another example, if there were more zeros. So this time Jordan earns $243 a week still. This time after 1,000 weeks, so that's a really long time. How much would he have earned? So this time you take 243 times 1,000. Now if you think about with 10, we had 1 0. So we just moved it one spot. So if you have 3 zeros, you would move it 3 spots. So again, just like I said, this time you're shifting your decimal 3 spots rather than just the 1, because there are 3 zeros. So again, I know that looks like a lot. I just rewrote a whole bunch of them out so you can see when I shift it. So I take my 1, 2, 3 zeros, and I move it 1, 2, and 3. So that it is as simple as that. So after 1,000 weeks, he would have made $243,000. Had he not spent any of it.
I was going to say, that's hard to do.
So that was an example. Now you're going to get a chance to try some, and we'll go through them. And the next ones are just a little trickier because it's not necessarily by 1. But.
Right. So now we're thinking about Sam. And Sam makes $4 every week. And how much does he make in 20 weeks? So just like Mrs. Bush was saying, we don't have an easy just by 1, but I'm sure you can think about this, pause, and solve, thinking about those zeros. So let's take a moment to think about this. So we have $4 and times 20. A lot of you, I'm sure, are thinking, oh yeah, 4 times 2 equals 8. And then we just have to tack on this 1 0. Now we're going to think about Sam's parents have 10 kids. So they end up giving out $40 in allowance each week.
That's
how much that adds up quickly. How much do they give out in 20 weeks? And now you're thinking to yourself, okay, we have 40 times 20. Once again, you can think about 4 times 2 equals 8, and then tack on those 2 extra zeros to get $800 in 20 weeks. Whew. So now I am not going to give you any answers. So you have to try these on your own, just applying what you remember now about zeros or any shifting of decimals.
So these are just using mental math. You shouldn't have to look back at anything. These are just facts you should know, and then use what we talked about to figure out where the zeros end up.
And with discussion groups, it's just going to be really helpful. These are numbered for you. Write out the equation too, just so you can clarify if there's any confusion in your group.
Exactly. All right.
Good luck.
Good luck.